What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the past week. If you enjoyed the Scale News Update, hit the like button. Let's jump into this week's topics. First for this week, the biggest news, literally and figuratively, was the Axial SCX6 release. This saw a ton of attention, a lot of positive and a lot of negative both. The SCX6 is a just upsized 1/6 scale SCX platform. A lot of the design straight from the SCX-10 III went into this rig. There are some differences, of course, with just how things scale up and how they have to be worked around. It does have straight axles rather than a portal axle. The transmission is different as far as style goes. It's got a huge brushless motor off of the front of it instead of the brushed style and the much higher version that's in the SCX-10 III. It's still a 2-speed. There is no dig, however. The tires are a massive 7-inch tall tire on a 2.9-inch wheel. And basically everything from there is just scaled up. The biggest outroar on this was the price. This is being listed at $1,100, which is expensive, but there's a lot of car there. It's over 20 pounds. It's like 24 pounds RTR. And again, there's a lot of value inside of it though. Like I said, big brushless system in it is more than capable of propelling that car. The stock servo has over 500 ounce-inches of steering power. It has a 3-channel radio to control the 2-speed that's in it. And there's a lot of scale details as well. It still has a full interior, a molded inner roll cage look. The fender flares are molded. It's got the radiator behind the front grille, light buckets with LEDs, both front and rear. The shocks are 20 millimeters in diameter and 150 millimeters long. Now beyond the price, which I do think is warranted, people had lots of comments on where you were going to run it and just it being a ridiculous choice. But after having mine and getting to go run it on the terrain that I normally run my 1/10 scale rigs on, it still fits in that same terrain. There's just different challenges in the same obstacles. It just with the size and how it fits through and can be technical, it doesn't necessarily take bigger terrain all over for it to be a lot of fun to drive. I think that the following of this car will build momentum. I think that right off the bat, there was people that have the sticker shock, but I don't think that that is going to be the end of this rig. I think we're going to see popularity of this continue to go as people get to see them in person and maybe even get to drive a friend's or see it at a hobby shop, maybe get to drive it there. Because once you drive it, you really understand that it is a great rig. So this one definitely going to be interesting. Can't wait to see as they get into people's hands and they get them on the trail and what people think of it once they own it themselves. Lots of videos of these have popped up from those of us that were able to get them early to the ones that got delivered to hobby shops early as well. So maybe go check out if your local hobby shop has these in person, you can go check it out, or they're going to be available towards the end of this month. So check out the link in the description below. You can see all of the other information, photos, videos, things like that. Definitely worth a look. And then following the release of the SCX6, some people who had 3D printers and the vehicle had some Knight Customs files and basically found that you could scale them up and they would go right onto the SCX6. So Knight Customs went through and made a proper file release for this truck. So you can get all of the parts that were originally made for the SCX-10 III scaled properly and modified to fit the SCX6 perfectly. So you can go check out Knight Customs My Mini Factory for a full package deal of all of those files. So when you get your SCX6, you can have all of your scale details ready to drop on. And one other thing for potential SCX6 owners, a while back, Proline released some tires that were labeled for the Super Rock Ray. These were a 2.9-inch wheel high racks. Basically a direct replacement tire for the SCX6. Buy these, the stock SCX6 wheels are beadlock. So if you want to go for a little bit more performance with the truck rather than the scale style of the stock BFGs, you can unmount those with the screws on the back side of the wheel, put on the new Proline high racks, improve your performance just a little bit. I want to thank Ridge Wallet again this week for sponsoring the Scale News Update. If you're looking for a super compact front pocket wallet. This thing is my absolute favorite. I've been using them myself for years and was happy to partner with them for the month. Again, these are super compact style wallet, holds up to 12 cards, has a money clip on the back. This is my forged carbon fiber version. I also have the burnt titanium and anodized aluminum. They also have a Damascus style one that they just released that I'm a big fan of as well. So again, thanks to the Ridge. Check out the link in the description below. Make sure and use code Harley10. It'll save yourself 10%. It'll let them know that I sent you. And again, thanks to the Ridge for sponsoring this week's episode. I've talked about the WPL D12 a number of times in the Scale News, but WPL recently posted a new release that's coming. This is the D42. Now, I believe that this is just a body kit, but I'm not totally sure. It does look like it's licensed by Daihatsu, but it's the van style of that key truck, K car, whatever the name is supposed to be. But just again, another cool little option. If you need a super inexpensive little project to play with, these are worth it. They're just fun, simple little toys. They don't really feel too bad tearing into. They have a hard body, fun to modify, a ton of different like 3D printable accessories that people have come up with. Worth a closer look. It's right in that impulse buy price range. This week, Cross RC announced that they're going to put the Komodo double cab body on the GS02 platform. This is coming in kit form at this point, at least. The Komodo double cab body is a body that they've had on prior generations of their trucks, but it looks like they're just porting it over to this platform to give some more options. Underneath, it's the same exact truck that we've seen previously. Chassis mounted servo, adjustable wheelbase setups, front mounted motor. It's got molded inner fenders and the rest of the standard fixings that you would expect to see. G-Made's been pushing a lot of body options onto this platform lately, so there's a wide variety of styles that you can have on that platform. If G-Made's a brand that you're looking to give a shot, the GS02 is probably their best option. For you SCX24 owners, Furatech has got a new chassis option it looks like they're putting out. This is a anodized aluminum chassis that's available in a bunch of different colors with a very outside the box style to this thing. Definitely doesn't have the traditional twin vertical plate body style to it. Definitely kind of going more competitive look, futuristic. Doesn't appear that this is being made to be fitted with a body over top of it. It's the look that it has as the look that they expect your truck to have on the outside. Furatech is of course most popular for their brushless systems for the SCX24. Very popular, can be difficult to get a hold of, but these new chassis just dropping now. You can get it in a variety of colors for a pretty reasonable price. If you're looking to change up your SCX24, check out the link in the description below. Speaking of the SCX24 stuff, a number of weeks back, we talked about the Old Time RC SCX24 portals. Those went up as a Kickstarter, but I believe that those are getting much closer to actual production. These bolt onto the stock housings to give you that portal design. If you're still interested in those, I believe that there's still spots left on their website only, not directly on the Kickstarter. So I'll link to where you can get in that if you didn't get in on the Kickstarter, in case you want to try and get in on the early production. Link to that in the description below. You may also note that on Old Time RC, they're selling vacuum forming machines. This is actually where I picked up my little vacuum forming machine. In case you're looking to make your own kind of Lexan molded RC parts, you can check that out there. They have two different sizes, like A3 and A4, which is basically like 8.5 by 11 and 11 by 17. If you're looking to add another tool to your shop, kind of a cool one to have. Back to the SCX24 parts though, Proline posted a teaser this week of the SCX24 high racks and their new beadlock wheels. We saw a sneak of these back when I was in Las Vegas at NERSA, but looks like they're almost done with production. So proper Hyrax tire for your SCX24s. If the 1.9s and 2.2s are any indicator, this little 1.0 probably going to be quite the performer as well. Proline also had one other teaser this week, and that was a CUDA with a Don the Snake Pardooms like livery down the side. I think that what I'm seeing here is like a tough color version of the no prep CUDA body with decals that give it that style. That's what I'm guessing anyway. It looked like the decals were pre-printed, but it looked like the windows were also solid with a sticker on it. That's what I'm kind of guessing from what I've seen. But well, I'm sure we'll see more information pop up here very soon if that is the case. For those that aren't aware, the tough color bodies are basically just an opaque molded body. So it's molded in black. You don't have to paint it. You basically just sticker slap the outside, which includes the windows since it's not transparent. Just a much easier way to get you going down the street without having to do all that paint work, annoying part of it. Also new this week, J Concepts released the Hunk and Tusk tires in 4.75 inch size. J Concepts recently released these same tires in a class 1 size that were like 3.9 or so inches tall. Now we see 475, the real tire size that we all needed, of course. Tread pattern basically the exact same as the small versions, very Interco-esque, but not licensed. These are already on their website, so released and available right away. Check out the links in the description below in case you want to pick those up right away. And then ISDT is now showing that they're getting into ESCs. Now, if you don't know who ISDT is, they mainly make chargers, but they make chargers that you have definitely seen, even if you haven't seen them under the ISDT name. They make the smart chargers that you've seen sold under Spectrum's name, and you see their chargers done under a lot of other people's names, but they are the OEM. So why the new ESC is kind of interesting to see is that they're obviously a fairly large manufacturer. Maybe they'll become somebody that could compete with the likes of Hobbywing or Surpass, who make a lot of the ready-to-run ESCs that we see in vehicles. Now, this new ESC that they show is called the ESC70, a very clever name. But the main feature that it appeared that they were trying to show in this is how easy it is to program their ESC through a Bluetooth app that your smartphone can run. They had a 1080 ESC from Hobbywing in the video showing that their programming card was so difficult to use, which it's not that difficult. However, theirs, they've got kind of a Bluetooth button that plugs in, and then I imagine you just mount anywhere in the vehicle, and then you're able to tune everything from your phone, which is a nice setup. It'd be interesting to see how the pricing and control quality compares to the very reliable kind of go-to brushed ESC like the Hobbywing 1080. Again, this ESC doesn't really have anything mind-blowing, but with the manufacturing size of ISDT, I will just be more interested to see if they continue down this path and really kind of give the whole market another option in the kind of OEM style ESCs. But that does it for this week's news topics. For this week's question, since we were just talking about ESCs, what has been your favorite stock electronics package that you've got in any RC car? Whether it was something like an Arma that just had a fast electronics package in it that was great for exactly what you wanted, or if it was some sort of trail truck that just had a lot of features, what was your absolute favorite? What vehicle was in and why did you like it? Put it in the comments below. Next week, I will not be doing the Scale News Update, but the Scale News Update will still be happening because Matt from the Scale Builders Guild is going to do it for me. I have got a vacation that's going to take me away and not allow me to film and edit the news. So Matt is going to take it over. The plan is right now to still upload it to my channel, but just in case something goes wrong and I can't get everything from Matt in time, also make sure and go subscribe to his channel. And of course, make sure and thank him for filling you guys in while I'm on some sandy beach somewhere. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching the Scale News Update every Tuesday. Hit the like button if you enjoy these videos. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they get uploaded. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.